Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure that Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
It's been 1 week since you chip-chip-a-rude. That's all I got. But it's true.
You really went with like the nasal voice.
It's been.
It's been.
It's been. It's the worst.
No, it's not. That's one of my favorite songs.
I understand that, but the it's been. If you really isolate the it's been.
And it just comes at you.
The worst part is that you can say that to anyone, and they know what's coming next.
Probably not the younger generation.
Well, maybe they should know it the way they know if you say somebody
once told me.
Exactly. It just should have been in Shrek.
I love that song, and my dad and I used to listen to it, so don't taint that song.
Okay, I'm not tainting that song.
Okay.
It's been.
Yeah, it's been.
Oh, yeah, it's been.
Did I do good? That was really good.
Yeah, yours good. Do it again.
Yeah, it's been. No, I just
now that everyone has shut this podcast off yet again. Before we get started with anything, Skylar, we have a new Patreon subscriber whose name needs a burger pun.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I missed this last week.
Thank you very much, Taru Tikanen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. I asked how to pronounce it. She said pronounce her first name for the burger, and I'm going to do that right now. Your burger pun name is the roasted Rutabaga burger.
Ooh.
Little roasted, do you know what rutabaga is?
I don't really, but I think it would be fabulous roast.
It's like a root vegetable.
That's what I thought.
So it's probably delicious.
A cross between like a potato and a carrot.
Yeah, maybe like thinly sliced and roasted on top.
That sounds really good. Or you could do like root vegetable fries with it.
Taru, if you want to make this, you're going to have to go track down some rutabaga and let us know how it is.
This is fun.
But thank you so much. It means so much to have you on board. We've already seen you in our Discord chatting away, and we love having you there. It's so fun to interact with you. I just want to let everyone else know if you would like to have your name burger punned on the show, you have to sign up for our $5 subscription. That's Biscuit in the background. He's excited about it.
Subscription on Patreon.
On Patreon, patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
Buddy.
We've got bonus episodes on there. Also, if you're just like a fan of this show, everything we do in the main feed is free and we enjoy doing it. We have fun doing it, but it's time consuming. It's a lot of work. And if you want to support the show, this is the way to support the show plus get bonus stuff for it.
I will say you're right. One, it's the amount your $5 goes in supporting us is ginormous. But I have to say, like, not only do we have a ton of extra episodes, there is like a community building over there.
It's
like
great.
A Bob's Burgers fan community, and everyone is funny and supportive and kind. And I just wanted to say that in general, not to promote Patreon, but I cannot believe what we're building over there. It's really cool.
Yeah, Skylar and I pop in the Discord as much as we can, but honestly, we pop in and we have to catch up on the conversations going on in there. It's so fun to see what everyone's talking about.
Who made a meme about me?
I think it was Harry who made a meme. It was Harry or Gal made a meme about you. Yeah. It was a great meme.
About my bat poop incident.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway, we're having so much fun over there.
Yeah, so we'd appreciate the support. It's like, we understand if you can't, obviously, especially right now, but if you can support us, you love the show that much, that's a great way to support us and get some stuff for yourself in the process. You know, it's decimals on a day. If you go by day, how much you're spending, it's nothing.
Do the math.
Divide 30 by $5.
Yeah, it's about 16 cents a day.
For 16 cents a day, you too can get all these bonus features and have your name burger punned. Come on.
That's great.
What else? Do we have any other business to discuss?
No,
No, we're going right into Bob Pun
Right
or
in
Max
there.
Pun. Okay. Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I polled our followers on Instagram to see who plays along with you and who doesn't. There's about 10 people out there who don't play with you.
They just support me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just wait for you to do your thing.
I like that most people play along because it redeems us from having the most annoying opening to a podcast ever.
I think
We're an
Bob Pun
interactive-
or Max Pun is a fun game, and
It
I don't
is.
care what people think if they don't like it.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying, spin is annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Not the game. I
Oh,
think the
okay.
game is wonderful and interactive.
Hey, it's been 1 week since we played Bob Pun and Max Pun.
We can't do it
Okay.
anymore. We can't.
If you think that's the last it's been you've heard on this episode, you are you don't know me at all. Okay, your first pun is come out with your hams up,
Bob.
Max. Your next pun is
That's really funny.
thank you.
Just like holding hams in the air.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
We should make some Max Pun mugs for merchandise or something.
Okay. I like that.
Your next pun is the Figgy Smalls Burger.
Bob.
Yes. Your next pun is the Not If I Can Kelp It Burger.
Max.
Bob.
Oh no.
And your final pun is the Motley Crouton Burger.
Ooh, I love croutons. I would eat croutons on anything. Max.
Yes. Okay, so what, you got 2 wrong, 2 right?
Solid 50-50. Which
Mediocrity is where you and I thrive.
I am going to segue so hard.
Okay, do your thing.
We have a
It's-
self-help episode. This week's episode is based off the memoir, Eat, Pray, Love.
Well, with that segue, which was absolute perfection, can we have the title and synopsis, Skylar, for Season 5, Episode 18, please?
The title is Eat, Spray, Linda. When Linda gets locked out of her car at the grocery store, her
Birkenstocks. I'm going to keep that in.
Okay. I used to hate Birkenstocks, and then my mom made me get some last year, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. Just FYI.
Birkenstocks, if you'd like to sponsor us, we will gladly take your money.
When Linda gets locked out of her car at the grocery store, her birthday quickly goes from mediocre to disastrous. Meanwhile, after the kids set up a spa day for Linda and she doesn't return home, Bob and the gang heads out to find her. But what Bob finds instead is a little about Linda's rich life. Let's just say people have very polarizing opinions about his wife around town. Hashtag do not feed.
This episode came out on May 3rd, 2015. It was written by John Schrader and directed by Tyree Dillahay.
Awesome. I just never know what to say after you say that. But I should just jump into the
I
episode.
think awesome was great.
Here's the thing about this episode, because we've watched it a lot recently. I did not think this was one of my favorite episodes. With every rewatch, I grow to love it more and more. What is your overall feeling about this episode?
Yeah, I think sometimes that happens with Bob's Burgers episodes. Like, they don't hit the first time, and then the more you watch them, you kind of get like this affection towards them. And I think Linda carries her storyline, her solo episode pretty well without any of the kids there to like be a crutch, because obviously the kids can make any storyline entertaining.
Yes.
It's nice to see Linda like off on her own, and she does a great job.
Amen. And I have to say, the arc of this storyline is very, very satisfying. And I don't think I actually realized how deep this was. Do you pronounce his name John Schroeder?
Schrader. Which
Okay.
we learned. Yeah, we pronounced it Schroeder for so long.
So he describes this transformation Linda has as exactly what she needs to feel invigorated again. And I think Linda is such a positive person. She's such a mom who can somehow handle it all while finding the humor in it all. So to see her at the beginning of the episode kind of like burnt out on her birthday, burnt out on the burnt toast that her children get her. It felt like a much realer version of Linda than we really see. And we get to see her frustrated, but then at the end of it, she is proud of herself, and that's what she needed to feel invigorated as a wife and a mom and as an independent woman.
Yeah, these challenges that are tough to get through, and then when you've done them, she's like, wow, I did this by myself. I didn't have my family. I didn't have Bob with me. And it's exactly like you said. It's these little annoyances that we go through that we complain about, but when you can do them and you get through them yourself.
Struggle is where the growth is.
I'm struggling with this conversation.
No.
Apparently.
I was just listening to you. But I have to say, if Linda came home and they hadn't had the spa day waiting for her, I'm not sure she would have had such a positive spin on this experience.
That's true. It is nice to kind of get home and jump into a tub of tomato sauce.
Yes.
And get some cucumbers on your eyes.
She's loved. She came home and realized the cherry on top is that she is so loved. Let's talk about the B story.
Okay.
I freaking love it.
Tell me.
Watching Bob discover Linda's like interior world, that she takes Tina to go poop at the fancy hotel, that she takes Louise to go see puppies, that she steals too many samples at the bakery, and then to see Bob so want to find his wife, so care about giving her a good birthday, but then also get so mad at the baker for making fun of her big hands. I just... Moments when we see the real love between Linda and Bob really move me. And
it's also, it's so accurate of a long-term relationship because you do so many things together, but sometimes you discover like, oh, I didn't know you did this. Oh, I don't know you enjoyed doing this. I think it's
important.
Yeah, it's so well done. Like they do such a good job of just like being funny and being like a entertaining show, but also doing such a good job at creating realistic relationships.
Yes, I could not agree more. And like, I know we're kind of being all like sappy, but what makes it so fun to be sappy is every line is hysterical in this episode, you know?
I do like that she has like, with each child, there's something different and special and something that makes sense that the child would kind of like enjoy doing.
Isn't that so sweet?
Yeah.
Also, it reminds me a little bit, one of my saddest moments of watching The Office, and it's in that season that nobody really likes, is when Jim and Pam have that whole storyline of they can't think of anything that the other person hasn't told them. It made me so sad. I'm not saying that there aren't periods of long-term relationships when you're just like, I know everything about you. You can't surprise me. I'm not saying that isn't a reality. But it made me so depressed. Because they haven't even known each other that long. Like, what, 5 years at that point?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Bob and Linda are the better couple.
Yeah, move
the
over.
Better TV
Jim
couple.
And Pam.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I also want to remind everyone about Deirdre.
Ugh.
Because we are going to talk about Deirdre. Deirdre is the woman who, at the grocery store, cuts Linda in line. How do you feel about people who cut in grocery lines, Max?
Absolutely not.
You
Deirdre,
absolutely not?
It's not cool. That's fucked up. Pardon my French. I will throw a fit. It's just, I mean, if you had like 2 things of milk, that's fine. You know, I'd be like, okay, I can get over this. But you taking your whole cart when you're behind me. No. And you know what? That checkout person, I don't care that you're friends with Deirdre and you chat. You should have been like, no, she was next. Deirdre, I'll get to you after.
Yes. Yes. I cannot tolerate people who are selfish in grocery store lines.
Or any lines.
I can't do it. This is a good segue. Do you want to talk about Deirdre a little bit?
I hate Deirdre, so I would like to talk about her, and I want to rant about her. And
Do you want to rant? Because let's go.
I want
this is the
to
time.
throw my arms in the air and say she's crazy.
What are you getting at?
Oh, that's a 1 week lyric.
It's been one of my favorite moments that is definitely the epiphany of Linda finding her voice, which I love, is when she's at the chalk festival and she starts doing the Charleston on Deirdre's chalk drawing.
In her plastic bag diapers.
Yeah, that she deserves to have the Charleston done on her Story of America.
Yeah, and to give Linda credit, she only ruins Deirdre's chalk.
And then Deirdre
arts.
runs through everyone else's. This is
because
just
she's not going to ruin these other people's days. Deirdre is a B word.
Wow. Okay. So that's not what the writers were going for.
Really?
They went through a lot of phases in trying to create the look for Deirdre. So, and the reason they went through so many drafts is that the note was, we don't want her to be mean, and we don't want her to be mean. We want her to be annoying.
Okay. All right.
So
well, they succeeded.
They succeeded. Would you like to see some of the evolution of Deirdre?
Yeah.
She looks pretty
And this,
different.
by the way, if you want to see them as you're listening to this, these are up on Instagram right now. Bob's credits. If you're not following us, you should be over there. All the different versions of Deirdre. Okay. We've got some very, very different versions. And the last one, you kind of see her. It looks like, okay, I see. We got a combination, kind of.
Oh, really?
It feels like the final product is a combination of the first image and the third image, if you're scrolling through on our Instagram.
That was a very helpful description for the audience.
Well, you got to get over to our Instagram if you want to look.
So we have a lady that kind of looks like a garden center lady. Not enough edge. Yeah. There's a combo going. So that's Deirdre. Do you have anything else to say about
Deirdre or the episode? I just want to say that we've got Jordan Peele is back.
That's right.
Yet again, this time he is the voice of the security guard at the hotel where Linda goes to poop.
And they have a great relationship.
It's amazing. Like, she goes there to use a fancy bathroom, and she still is beloved.
I know. I love Linda. Do you want to dive into some fun facts for this episode?
Yeah, hit me with them. I can't wait.
This was originally supposed to be a Mother's Day themed episode, but they couldn't figure out the timing of when it was going to be aired. And it would be weird if it didn't air around Mother's Day, So they decided to go with a Linda birthday episode instead, which I personally think leans in to the storyline so much better, because Linda she's like, I'm 40 something. She's not feeling her birthday. It's so, it speaks to the crisis of the storyline so much better, I think. So in the episode, The Kids Rob a Train, Tina reveals that her mom's birthday is June 3rd. So we can assume this episode takes place on
June 3rd.
A national holiday, everybody. Linda's birthday.
Let's all celebrate on June 3rd this year.
We should.
Yeah.
June 3rd. I think that's when Luke and Lorelai were supposed to get married.
Gilmore Girls?
Yeah. June 3rd is like...
But they probably said, no, we can't do this on Linda's birthday.
Exactly. And then they had a fight and they were like, it's been...
Skylar, that joke's played out. What are you doing?
All right, so I have some fun little continuity things here. You know the tomatoes that are being poured into Linda's bubble bath?
Yeah.
They use the same brand tomatoes on Mutiny that the chef uses on the episode. Is it Mutiny of the Windbreaker?
Mutiny on the Windbreaker.
On the Windbreaker.
Yeah.
You know, the chef, the cruise chef.
Yeah.
Same brand of tomatoes.
Oh.
Love that continuity fact.
What's the brand? Do you know? Did you write that down?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I didn't write it down.
Well, it's clearly restaurants order these large cans of tomatoes.
Yeah, so they probably got those tomatoes down from the restaurant.
Yeah, oh, totally. They probably had Gene run down to the basement, and he came running up, grilled himself a cheese sandwich on the way in, and there you go.
And just in case you guys are curious, tomato baths are how you take the stink of a skunk off.
I've heard that.
It's
I
true.
hope I'll
Didn't your
never have
dog
to.
get sprayed?
My dog didn't. My dad's dogs
That's what I meant.
did. Yeah, and they had to do
Tomato bath.
a whole tomato bath situation. I can't imagine Biscuit would enjoy a tomato bath.
Oh my God.
Biscuit hates just any bath.
I know.
So tomato, I don't know.
He just got home from the groomer and he had like a new grooming person. And so I went in to pick him up and I was like, how did he do? And he was like, Biscuit's a character for sure. And I was like, yeah, I know.
We know that. We know that.
Another fun thing is that in the kitchen, we have a soap parody. Who doesn't love a good soap parody? Instead of Dawn, their kitchen soap is Down.
Interesting. Okay. They probably just they wanted Dawn. They can't use Dawn technically, so they just changed it.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Let's be Bob's and make a parody of it. Also, John Roberts was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Character Voiceover Performance.
For this episode.
For this episode, for voicing both Linda and Tim, the piano player, in the episode.
I was going to say when we're talking about the Linda storyline that I feel like we forget how good these voice actors are.
We're so
and he does such a good job giving Linda this independent day and this day where everything goes wrong. And he also will be featured singing, in the end credits, which we're going to get to very soon.
And Tim was singing on the piano.
Yeah.
The iconic BM in the PM.
So if we don't mention it, we always appreciate John Roberts.
All of them.
Voice acting.
Amazing.
And yes, everyone on this show does such a good job at bringing these characters to life. And I think it's an underrated skill. And I mean, if you can, like we've said before, if you can do this for a living, it's fantastic. But I don't think it's easy necessarily.
No. So those are the rest of my fun facts. But I have a broader kind of fun fact for you about the whole show.
Let's do it.
So on that behind the scenes series that we watch, someone wrote in and said, why haven't you featured Jessica again in an episode? For those of you who may not remember, Jessica is Louise's new friend from her sleepover. And I agree. It's such a great question because I want to see Louise have female friendships, or because she kind of is at odds with some of the other girls in her class. So I loved seeing that so much. And Lizzie Molyneux explained something that now I totally understand, which is normally what happens when people explain things to you. So she was saying that if you bring back Jessica, she's such a huge character that it's much easier to bring back people who have just been kind of placed in the background, like someone kind of like a Peter Pescadero. Mm-hmm. But with Jessica, she's such a huge character that if you bring her back, it has to be in a big way. It means it has to be a Louise-centered episode. And she was saying you can only do one a year of something like that. So they're balancing a lot of different characters and narratives. So if you bring a huge character back, it pins you to a storyline. And that's why we don't see some of our favorite people back all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. And that's why I'm curious about who makes it into the movie. Because like you said, you can't just have them just in the background. I mean, I guess you can as a fun Easter egg. But if they're going to make an appearance in the movie and they're such a big character in an episode, they kind of have to support the plot.
We might not see Nat in the movie because I am someone who always favors good storytelling over satisfying reveals. But I don't see how Nat is going to fit into the movie storyline. I see how the fish odors will. Anyway,
it's tough. You can't. And with the series that's been on this long and so many different characters, you can't cram everyone into an hour and a half film.
It's also summer break, so what kids are going to be around?
Yeah, we've talked about that. Did we talk about that on Patreon, or did we talk about it on here?
Yeah, we talked about it on Patreon.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to hear us talk about that, go over to Patreon.
Anyway, those are my fun facts.
Cool. Should we get into the end credits?
Yes.
Okay. So, as we said, the last moments before the end credits is Linda in her tomato soup bath, or not tomato soup, but I guess it could be tomato soup.
Because I'm assuming it's hot.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's tomato soup.
It's a tomato soup bath.
It is to Gene.
With the whole family's in there with her, and Gene's dipping his grilled cheese sandwich in the bath.
Hysterical.
And Linda's gonna think of something else to make with this bath that she's soaking in. Which, if it's warm, it's kind of gross to think about. But
Nothing a few ice cubes can't fix.
You're right.
I want this to be the new tradition. Every year on my birthday, you blindfold me,
Continuity
you
error.
drop me off somewhere with no cell phone and no money, and I have to make my way home.
What's the continuity error?
Gene already has tomato on his sandwich.
Oh, he dipped it already.
Oh, he did?
He asked if he could dip it. Yeah.
Oh, you
before
didn't play
this.
that moment? It's
No.
so funny.
No.
Okay, keep going.
Now let's Bloody Mary up this tub. It's Mommy's birthday. Gene, grab the vodka. On it. Woo! All right.
That is a great ending to an episode.
I agree. And I love that she makes Gene go grab the vodka. Gene's like, yep, I
Yep,
know.
I
I'm
know
on
where
it.
it is.
Mom,
Like,
we're
I
used
know
to
which
this.
one it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not dropping the topic of Bloody Marys as we enter the end credits. So let's go. Hi, Boo.
Biscuit's coming to say hi to me now. Okay, so immediately right after that hilarious line about turning the bath into a Bloody Mary, a giant Bloody Mary, tell us what happens, Skylar, with these end credits.
So first and foremost, we get John Roberts' amazing voice going, BM in the PM.
He's doing like his Michael McDonald impression, kind of.
Oh, I wrote that down.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what they said on the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Because he's done that before.
Yeah.
In what's the song? The cab one? The
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
cab Bob?
Lifting up the skirt of the
Lifting
night.
up the skirt of the night.
Say what?
Yeah, that's like his Michael McDonald voice.
Yeah, it's so good. So the writers acknowledge
Okay.
that ode.
Wow, because we were just guessing that, and I'm glad that they've said that is his Michael McDonald impression.
Amazing. So, and then we see Linda in her face mask.
In the service window where she typically appears.
And we should have said she was wearing this face mask in the bath.
Yes. Without her cucumbers on her eyes.
Without her cucumbers. And she has her hair wrapped up in a towel twist, which to me, there was a towel twisted hair situation when I was a child was the most grown-up woman thing you could do.
I like to do that too, even though I didn't have long hair. It's something
It's
about
so
a kid. Like you
fun.
want it, like, yeah, it's like you feel adult doing that.
You're like, I just got off from a 9 to 5 and I'm kicking back. I'm going to
just-
go get a glass of red wine.
Yeah, I put my dad's bathrobe on and
I love it.
and just hang out.
You love a good pamper moment, which I love about you.
Oh yeah.
Like Valentine's Day, we always do face masks.
Oh, soak me in a tomato soup tub and
Yeah.
put some cucumbers on my eyes. I am all about it.
I love it. Okay.
Manicure me, pedicure me, give me it. Okay, so Linda is dancing in her robe and
let's see.
face mask and her towel,
Let's see what happens.
and the family's just prepping burgers and normal, just not even acknowledging her as BM and the PM's playing.
Ooh, we got a purple robe. She's like swinging her arms.
Okay, Louise just got the burger from Bob, put it in the window, and Linda isn't picking it up. Instead, she is dancing back across the window.
What is the big reveal, Max?
She has herself a giant glass of Bloody Mary. It's got celery in it and everything.
I am so happy for her.
We like to discuss, did this actually take place? When did this take place? This is very obviously took place right after her bath.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
I'm sorry. My brain will not let me stop going here. Who was at the restaurant all day?
Yeah. Did they close for the day?
Oh my gosh.
And then at the end of the night?
When did June 3rd fall?
Yeah, and also, we're now in the restaurant very clearly right after her bath.
Yes.
And did they just go decide, like, okay, it's 8 p.m., let's go open for dinner and make some burgers?
Maybe they closed for the day for her birthday, but dinner is where you make the money, so they had to open.
Okay. So they go downstairs, and Linda is not doing a good job delivering these burgers to
I
the
think
customers.
Bob is like so happy that he made his wife happy. He's like, you do you. If you want to be in your bathrobe, dancing around do you, Linda?
Yeah, no one is even like batting an eye.
Yeah.
At Linda here.
We got it. It was an eye movement.
We can assume in this situation, we never see more than one burger go up into the
Yes.
service window. We can't assume just Teddy's there. So maybe Teddy came over to celebrate Linda's birthday. They're all cooking. Linda's doing her thing. She's having a Bloody Mary. Maybe Teddy even has a Bloody Mary to celebrate.
I love that. Now, here's the ultimate question. Did they just, Jean came in with, of course, like a beautifully garnished celery piece, a cup, and a glass of ice. Did they then just scoop the Bloody Mary mix out of the bathtub?
This is where I start to get a little disgusted by it. Because she's soaking in there to get the gross, like, skunk. So
Maybe Bob was like, Linda, I'll make you a proper Bloody Mary.
I don't think so. They still let Gene dip it in there and eat his sandwich.
That's his choice. That is his choice. I like to think that Bob he thinks his Bloody Mary mix is like the best. He has like a certain amount of Tabasco shakes. He has like artisan salt that he uses. I like to think he made Linda a really good Bloody Mary.
Let me ask you this now. The first person to get sprayed by a skunk and was trying to remove the scent, how many things do you think they poured on themselves before they discovered that like tomatoes do it?
Maybe
do you think it's like
like
an ancient thing? Like this, they discovered this, like they rubbed like a tomato on themselves and like, oh, that's taking care of it. But was that after they were trying, what else do you think they put on themselves? Like,
well, it's such a natural remedy. Oh my God, did you know that people used to use pee to brush their teeth?
What?
I'm telling, this is what happens when you work in digital media. You have to spend the first years of your career creating clickbait. This is how I know this.
Biscuit is not amused by this.
Biscuit is so ready for lunch.
Biscuit, he's always so ready for lunch.
Yeah.
He's like, I like to smell pee, but I don't like to brush my teeth with it.
You don't like to brush your teeth at all, B.
That's true. It's an event when we have to brush Biscuit's teeth.
It is. I love him so much. Okay.
I have to hold his lips up. Skylar does the toothbrushing.
We are so close to finishing these credits. Do you think it's a necessity that we tell them Biscuit's dental routine?
I mean, it's been 1 week since we've talked about Biscuit's hygiene.
Oh, apparently he goes crazy trying to bite the blow dryer air at the groomer.
Yeah, that's part of him being a character.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's adorable. He's falling asleep on your knee right now.
I love him.
Okay, we got carried away. Should we listen to some more? I still want to know what they put on themselves before they came to tomatoes, though.
Okay, what year did this episode come out? This is important.
2015.
2015?
Mm-hmm.
June 3rd, 2015 was a Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So I can't even go there. My brain's going to break.
Okay.
And I don't want the writers to have to be the hypervigilant like that either.
They're like, oh my God.
I hate Skylar.
This freaking podcast. Look, if they've listened enough that they know to like hate us for certain things, I'm flattered.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
Which is not the case. So.
Yeah. Do any of you writers, do you listen to us? Come on, reach out. Let us know. We want to know.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
I like the idea that Teddy is like, it is Linda's birthday. I have to be at the restaurant.
I feel like, yeah, Teddy would want to be. He probably has every Belcher's birthday on his calendar.
Oh, yeah. And a pop-up reminder on his phone. Okay. Did Bob open the restaurant for Teddy because he eats dinner there every night?
Maybe that's the case.
Oh.
Teddy's going to starve unless he comes to get us his dinner.
Yeah.
You got to go, yeah.
Oh, it's Linda.
Go, yeah. She got to go, yeah. She got to go, yeah. Where she got to go, where she got to go. She tells her, yeah.
Okay, so we get John Roberts doing two different voices in this song.
Awesome.
So more props to John Roberts. What happens kind of at the end there? We get Linda. She's now on the other side of the counter.
By the booths.
Yeah, she dances across and does like a twirl, like a spin.
It's a fantastic spin.
And then Gene appears as normal in his burger costume, which means Gene then went to go put his burger costume for some reason and came downstairs.
He doesn't need a reason to do anything.
You're right. And those are the end credits. Do you want to hear the full lyrics to BM and the PM?
Definitely.
Okay, so it's BM and the PM. She does her BM and the PM. Not number 1, number 2. It's a potpourri for you and me. Yeah, she does her BM and the PM. You gotta BM PM. And there's all sorts of like BM and the PM. She gotta go. Yeah. When she gotta go. Yeah. Because when she gotta go, she gotta go. She does her BM.
Cute. Okay, so this is the second Bob's Burger song that features number 1 or number 2.
They have a thing for,
I want to know your secrets. Hear your secrets.
yeah, number 1 and number 2.
Yeah. Was it number 1 or number 2? I love that song. Highlights or lowlights?
Highlights the song 100%. What a performance. Highlights the Bloody Mary making it into the,
yes.
It wasn't just a throwaway line at the end of the episode. She actually got herself some, she deserves it. She's earned herself that little bit of vodka in her.
That little bit of vodka.
Right. Probably filled the whole tub up.
That's what I was going to say my highlight was. Not just the Bloody Mary, but I love the continuation from the episode. This feels like pure joy after a hard and testing day. And this woman works really hard. Both her and Bob work really hard as parents, as business owners, and Linda was not feeling herself at the beginning of this episode, and she is now, and it's so joyous watching her.
It just makes me happy. Like, it just makes me happy because she had such a rough episode, and she gets to just enjoy her evening. She's being pampered like she was supposed to be pampered the entire day. She doesn't have to, she clearly doesn't have to deliver the burger. Maybe someone else will deliver it eventually.
Yes.
She's
Teddy will probably grab
she's like,
it
I'll come
himself.
down to the restaurant, but I'm lounging.
And yeah, okay. Talking about it, my points have gone up.
Okay. Should we score them?
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's Do you want to go first or should I go first this time?
My answer's locked in.
Okay.
It's going to surprise you.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
I'm going a 7.5 H's.
I'm going 10.
10? Wow. Okay. I think maybe this might be the biggest gap on something for us. Please tell me.
One of the reasons it gets a 10 from me is that we did have L'Independent Woman. This almost feels like this episode is almost like a sequel to L'Independent Woman. We really get to see, I don't want to call it female. This is such a female-centric storyline, and I really appreciate that. And I love the arc and the character growth from Linda. And I think anytime we see a mom getting to be celebrated like this and celebrate herself like this is a 10 for me. And it's funny. And that Bloody Mary reveal is hilarious.
Oh man, you're making me want to bring my score up.
And it's utter joy to me.
I'm going to bump up a full point.
8.5.
8.5.
Fantastic.
Because you convinced me.
Yeah.
I love everything you had to say. I love BM in the PM.
And the two voices, John Roberts, two voices.
Two voices, beautiful. The Bloody Mary is an excellent touch when you think you're not going to get anything else. You think you're just going to get Linda dancing in it, which is cute.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's, I have my Bloody Mary over here. Let me grab it and come back. I don't know why I turned into like a gangster, but
Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah. Oh, Howard.
I gotta grab my Bloody Mary.
I'm a Bloody Mary, and we'll go to the detective's office. I don't know. It's a noir film. I don't know. Those are the end credits to Eat Spray Linda. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please go follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Bob's Credits. As we said, those pictures are up there for you to go scroll through because I did such a bad job describing them.
Yep.
Go leave us a review, please, on Apple Podcasts, on the Spotify app. You can now review
Right.
And you just open your app on your phone and it'll give you the option to review when you're on our show. We appreciate you reviewing us and giving us 5 stars. And subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/BobsCredits. And that's about it. Anything else you want to say to get us out of here, Skylar?
I'm just going to say, stay tomato saucy.
Perfection. Absolute perfection.